When I say generational lies almost killed a bitch, you say Queen Sabran! Welcome to my review of The Priory of the Orange Tree, where I will attempt to be spoiler-free, but alas, life. This novel is a fantasy epic, over 800 pages. It spans multiple lands, multiple points of view, and brilliant storytelling. I honestly haven't read a book that made me feel this good since Aragon. And if you read that book, you know how long that was. And I did take a break from reading, and I'll have a whole video about that in a little while, but this book, I honestly feel, is better than Aragon. It has drama, it has violence, it has lesbian lovemaking, it has everything. And honestly, Maslow's hierarchy of needs is quaking right now. Christopher Paolini is shaking right now. Not that I would ever want Samantha Shannon and Christopher Paolini to go to war, I'm just saying I know who I'd back in this war. At its core, this is a novel about how time distorts things and how it erodes information over time for those who come after us. It's a story about how locking away knowledge and isolating oneself from the world serves no one. It's a story about how love can compromise duty and duty can destroy love. It's a story about how a woman who seems like the strongest person in a kingdom can still have a weakness she only shares in the dark. Damn, that was deep. It's a story about unlikely friendships, heartbreak, unlikely allies, political intrigue, and very blurred lines. This was honestly a fantasy soap opera. The main four characters you will be following throughout this novel are Idaz Uknara, who is the super powerful secret agent in Sabran's court. You'll be following Tane, who is the honorable dragon rider, and also one of the descendants of the original women who sealed away the Nameless One, who we will be getting to in a second. Loth, who I surprisingly grew very attached to. He's very much that moral compass character, but the way Samantha Shannon wrote him is he's not making good choices because he's the plot device. He's making good choices because that's who Loth is, if that makes any sense. That's why I just really loved his character. You're also going to be following Niklas, who is this old crotchety man who was exiled from Queen Sabran's land for being what he was, and then and then he solves the world's biggest mystery, where the mulberry tree is, but that was a spoiler, so life. The basic plot of this story is that 1,000 years ago, the Nameless One and his cronies rose up out of the ground and caused some issues. Two women possessing two mystical jewels sealed him away, and their descendants, via blood or via association, end up being major players of the story. Because history is dictated by those who record it, two very distinct tales of what happened ended up forming, and that created the lineage of the saint and then the priory of the orange tree, along with other people and their beliefs over there. Oh! And that is the most basic synopsis I can give you without spoiling the whole book, because it is intricate and it is beautiful and it is wonderful. Because I am terrible at doing actual Goodreads reviews, I'm just going to tell you that I would give this book 5 stars. There was no guesswork for me. There was no anything. The one thing that I would have complained about, which is one character's death. Kit died. Part of me was like, Kit didn't have to die for Loth to make it where he needed to go. But at the same time, I'm like, Kit wouldn't have made it anyway. So why was I so mad about it? It made sense for Kit to die. So I couldn't even be mad about that at the end of the book. Thanks, Samantha Shannon. It is honestly just a fabulous book. It's woven together with great care. There's a lot of love, there's a lot of impact in every chapter and every single word, so yes, I do recommend you pick it up. Again, it is over 800 pages, so if you are falling into the category of like a newer or refinding themselves reader, I'm gonna have a video out for you very, very soon about that, because I too had to find my way back to reading. So again, this has been a review of The Priory of the Orange Tree, if I'm pronouncing that word right, by Samantha Shannon. It is an adult fantasy, so you guys go pick this up at your Barnes & Noble, at your bookstore, at your library, Amazon. Thank you guys for watching. I'll have that other video for you guys soon as I have the time to make content again. And I'll see you next time. Bye!